Mary, despite her young age, possessed the most melancholic spirit in the town. It was August, and the moonlight gently bathed the streets of the town in a subtle glow. However, within this calm atmosphere, a distant wailing carried by the wind created an odd unease within Mary. The young girl curiously followed the sound of the lament. The flickering lights of the street lamps allowed the emergence of a mysterious figure within the town's shadows. As Mary approached the source of the mysterious sound, her eyes sparkled in the trembling light of a flickering candle. As a deep darkness enveloped Mary, the lament grew increasingly powerful. The distant wailing had now disturbed the town's silence in a terrifying manner. When Mary reached a street corner where she thought the sound was coming from, the sight she encountered sent shivers to the depths of her heart. A woman's figure emerged among the shadows, with a pale face and eyes fixed on Mary. The woman's attire belonged to ancient times, giving the impression of a prehistoric ghost in the town's silence. Mary's heart began to beat rapidly in the presence of this mysterious entity. The ghost spoke in a trembling voice. "I am La Llorona, a ghost carrying my sorrows." The sorrow in her voice sent chills down Mary's spine. "I lost my children. I killed them by drowning, and now I wander as a cursed being." Mary's frightened eyes locked onto the ghost's pale face. Suddenly, the ghost's eyes reddened, and with a painful scream, she approached Mary. The ghost's tearful approach echoed like a scream through the town's silence. In terror, Mary withdrew, but the ghost's apologetic tone, filled with restless spirits, only further fueled her anger. The expression on the ghost's face reflected centuries-old regret, turned into fury. "You shouldn't experience the same pain as me," exclaimed the ghost in an angry tone. Mary, in an attempt to escape the ghost's anger, took a step back, but her feet stumbled on something, and in fear, she fell to the ground. The ghost's pale hands reached towards Mary's throat. Mary's screams filled the silent streets of the town. But this scream was the herald of the end of her young life under the cursed wrath of the ghost. Since that dark night, Mary's family never found their young girl. The townsfolk began living with the ghostly cries of La Llorona, and every fluctuation in the town's electricity sent a wave of unease among the residents, signaling the presence of La Llorona. The flickering lights of the street lamps went off and on. The town's tranquility momentarily shattered, and the mournful cries of La Llorona spread across every corner of the town with the wind. People closed their windows, locked their doors, trying to shield themselves from the influence of this cursed wailing. Everyone knew that the sorrowful ghost of La Llorona still roamed the streets of the town. The ghost's cries, carrying traces of a past tragedy, continued to instill fear in the townspeople. No one knew when this curse would end or if La Llorona silently vanished within the bins. Thus, the townspeople continued to live, reminded of the presence of La Llorona. Every time the electricity faltered or the mournful cries echoed through the wind, the town's streets continued to carry the haunted traces of La Llorona during the night, and that mournful sound persisted, like a shadow descending upon the town at any moment.